Did you know that stretching is a great way to burn calories and promote weight loss? Food for thought. These are literally, or rather, this is me literally just stretching after that workout. I will indicate the important stuff, but for the most part, just follow along and stretch with me. So when reaching for your foot, really reach and try to grab underneath it. If all you can grab is your toe, that's fine because you can't push past that. If you're really inflexible or want a deeper stretch, you can grab a towel, hold it under your foot, and use it to pull yourself down. So one of the keys to this is to bring your feet in as close to your body as possible. You see that I'm rocking a little bit. That is encouraged also, and I'm also using my elbows to push down to get a deeper stretch. So for this next one, you want that leg to be straight in front of you, not out to the side, but you want to try to make an L with your front leg and your back leg. That back leg is just stretching that quad, getting it back as far as you can. Hopefully it'll be able to make the L like I suggested. So I noticed on this side I was a little tighter, a little less flexible. So to try and straighten that leg out, just using my opposite arm to really pull the outside of my foot toward the inside so that I have as closest to an L as possible. You should feel this in your glutes. If you can't get your head on the ground, then just go as far as you can comfortably go to where you feel it. What I'm doing here is taking that right elbow and driving it into that right knee to push it further down to the ground to give me a deeper stretch. So this one we're just sitting with our feet up underneath us, just kind of getting those shins and the ankles, working all those smaller muscles and ligaments down. This stretch is really good for stretching the glute. You want to try and keep that foot at a 90-degree angle if you can, but it's okay if you can't, but it just stretches it a bit differently if you're able to. And that leg that you cannot see, that right leg in this case, is just straight back, and what it's also doing is stretching that right hip and that right groin also. So we switch sides, and I've noticed that this side's a little bit tighter. I want to try to get a little deeper stretch. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that right heel, and I'm actually going to try and put it on the outside of my left leg to help keep it up there and to apply a little more force to give me a deeper stretch. This is just a simple calf stretch, a little downward facing dog, yoga pose. Really try to drive the heels into the ground here. And it'll be the same thing when we switch to our single leg. It's going to put more tension on that leg, but still try to drive it into your heel, into the ground. So don't worry if you're not able to do all of these. Some of these are a little advanced yoga poses and stuff like that. So just kind of follow along and do what you can do, what's comfortable for you. This is just me stretching, showing everyone a variety of exercises. Like I said before, and I'll probably say a couple more times, if you're not able to do all of these, that's fine. So this position I'm in right now is acceptable because it's just for the legs. So you just have to go what's comfortable for you, as deep as you can go, and work up to getting deeper. But some stretching is meant to be a little uncomfortable. It's not always meant to feel just so good. Some things are going to be a bit uncomfortable for you to get the max results out of it. Just keep that in mind. if you turn your feet to the outside, it does allow for you to get a deep stretch, so be wary of that as you're doing this. So for this one, as funny and weird as it may seem, it works wonders. If you just sit back, you're really stretching those hip flexors in that groin, so just sit back in it. I will offer this: use your hands as a guide for these stretches. You see I'm here on my elbows, I'm actually in pretty deep, but if you have to put your palms on the ground, put your palms on the ground. Now you see I'm rocking here a little bit also. It does get a little uncomfortable sometimes, so what I'll do is I'll rock forward to relieve some of that stress, and then I'll actually sit back in it a little deeper. As with all stretching, when you stretch the muscle to a point of exhaustion, if you release off that muscle and go back to it, then you'll be able to get a little further. So as you see right here, I'm actually just laying in that same position. I just decided to lay straight because it felt good, so I was stretching my groin and my hips really well. So this one here is simple. We're stretching back our glute and still up in our hips, since we did just work those very hard in that previous video. We're just hugging our leg here, get a little deeper in that glute, that hamstring, that IT band. Just feels really good sitting here. Putting that elbow across works down in the lower back a little bit. So this is essentially the same stretch we just did, just a different variation, just with a straight leg. See, we're still twisting, working that lower back, hugging to get that glute and that hamstring. That's all we have time for today. Feel free to email me, message me, comment with any questions, comments, areas you're having problems hitting. I'll continue to post more videos. You continue to watch. Thanks for watching Brunson Burner Athletics. See you next time.